Welcome back, everybody. In the last video I was installing not these clips but those windows. In this video I wanted to cover that window with a set of blinds. And I took the easy route. I went to the big box store and I got myself a set of blinds that are supposed to be a piece of cake to install. Just put the clips on and snap them into the clips. I mean, just snap them in. Right. So I have to get up here to do it because I can't just reach across and do it. No. And still I couldn't get these darn things to fit. See, what is happening here is I have a store-bought thing, a universal mount allegedly, and it seems to me like sometimes when you build stuff yourself, things actually work a little better. Yes, I continued to struggle with this for quite some time.
You're being difficult.
I decided to get a screwdriver and pry on it, and yes, I think eventually I got this thing to work.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. There you go. Yeah, filthy bastard, yeah. Easy installation, they said. It'll be fun, they said.
At least they let the air in really nicely.
Look at that breeze. Can you see it? Can you see the breeze?
And maybe someday I'll create some custom blinds that will not only let the air in and out
Now I need a shelf.
and light, but will also fit the motif of the workshop. And of course here I'm building a shelf, which is going to be hand built and custom fit. And something told me that this was actually going to fit a little better than the universal window blinds. One thing I also want to point out is that I built this not as only a shop where I can work on my kayaks and stuff on that big bench there, but also to do my little woodworking projects, which I'm very fond of. And this was another one of a small handful of projects that kind of felt like I was finally doing it. I'm finally using this workshop for what it was intended, even though I was still building things that were part of the workshop. You may notice that window blind in the back too. I hadn't gotten around to finishing that side just yet. There was lots of work to do, and tucking my wires into that shelf was something I was working on right now. Nice to have all my tools handy. Things were starting to find their home, and my brain was starting to associate where those homes were. So if I wanted to drill a hole, say, in this piece of wood, I knew exactly where my drill bits were, and my razor blades were, and all the other things that I need to get the task done. Of course, look at that beautiful fit. Now it's just a matter of tucking my wires away, and I thought maybe I'd be able to keep these on the shelf, but maybe when the window blinds are open. But most of the time I think these window blinds are going to be in the down position, just to eliminate glare and such, especially if I'm on a computer, which would mean that the speakers are going to have to be on the workbench. Still nice to have a window shelf though. Again, kind of ties the room together. The next thing I was going to do was to customize these blinds to the height, because I bought them from the store. They were universal width and height, and there was a bit too much height there. So I had to untie the lines and get rid of a lot of these slats, so that when it was in the up position, it didn't take up half the window. Look how wonderful. That took a lot longer than I care to admit, and I didn't want a 30-minute video of me working on blinds, even though I think we're far along enough as it is right now. fortunately for all of us, the window blind project is something I can walk away from now. Yes, sir. Of course, there were other things to do, like the battery bank on the port side of this trailer was giving me fits. I was having a hell of a time getting these old batteries to take a charge. These are the batteries I had on my boat, and are probably 7 years old, maybe a little older. God. I wanted something
Easier.
yes, easier.
Oh God, so much nicer.
These lithium-ion batteries, I bit the bullet and I bought 4 of them. They're 100 amp hours each, and they are significantly lighter. That was going to be a wonderful thing, because I did add a significant amount of weight to this trailer. Still within the parameters of the axle's limitations, I think. But it couldn't hurt to just alleviate the strain on everything. The workshop, the truck. Yes, sir. Now, of course, there was lots of things to do aside from just install the new batteries and put the cabinet back together. I had to take the charge controller and set new parameters. Yeah, fun, fun, fun. My solar charge controller is old and doesn't have settings for lithium ion. You can manually make your settings, like your charge limit and volt disconnect. There's a whole bunch of them in here. A little too geeky for my blood, but I know how to follow instructions every once in a while, and setting up the charge controller to accept the new batteries was something I was able to eventually figure out. Exciting stuff, huh? That's good. See that? Smiley. But it also shows a crescent moon, which means it thinks it's nighttime, which it's not. Shoes on. Come out here. Go up there. Nice. It's because I got all this covered. Open this up. We are open for business. It's not bad, right? After the hurricane, everything looks kind of nice. Roof is holding up pretty sweet.
Just want to throw these towels. I just laundered. Oh, dirt. Shoes.
And it still shows nighttime. When the plan comes together. We'll give that a minute and we'll see maybe if it doesn't catch up. I guess it goes to show that if you're going to do this solar panel kind of stuff, you can take what you see on YouTube with a grain of salt. Your application is no doubt going to be different than videos that you see people doing. Either they have more or less solar panels, bigger or smaller, charge controllers, lots of different variables involved, so that's one of the reasons I don't go into this mess. But I'll tell you one thing for sure, lithium ion batteries are going to be a lot lighter than those lead acid batteries. And I've had to move this thing recently a couple of times, and you could feel it tugging on the truck, you know, so it should be a little bit lighter now. When the next battery bank goes, I know what kind of batteries I'm going to replace them with. And you know what else? Lithium ion was cheaper than the lead acid ones. That used to be a lot different. So hooray for progress. Anyways, yes. Now we're charging. We're still a little bit in the shade where I'm at. The sun is going to move across to an opening soon, and we should be able to get some real good charging. It's working on the other side. Let's see, we got plenty there. I don't know if you can see that in the reflection. Anyways, this time of year where I'm parked, even though I'm under a lot of trees, the solar panels still do their thing. I don't put that big of a load on them. When I designed my solar system, I had more power than I needed, you know. And the beer fridge here should be doing just fine. Oh my god. Look at that.
Whew, it's cold in there. Life is good. Well guys, it's now winter time and a lot of time has passed. The lithium ion batteries are doing great, holding a charge even though we're in partial shade. Overall, the amount of projects that I've been doing to this workshop have diminished because I've gotten to a point where now I can actually start using it. This workshop has become an integral part of my life actually. I'm in here almost every single day and now I'm working on projects instead of working on the workshop. So some of those projects will be coming up in videos very shortly. Woodworking stuff and you know, the good, the bad, the ugly, I will share all of it with you. I appreciate you guys coming on this journey with me, man. It's been real fun and I plan on continuing to do it. Again, thank you. I appreciate your support and hopefully I'll see you soon in the next workshop video. Bye.